Born to Run is perhaps Springsteen's most consistent album. The playing is no longer funky, like on The Wild Vanity and the E Street Shuffle, but instead a choice was made to perfect upon and give more prominence to the jazzy backing style of Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Many of the songs follow a similar theme of young men trying to make their way through life in a violent city with a hopeful yet melancholy tone. Thunder Road is a good and up-tempo song that feels a bit too short for its own good. The chorus is only sung once and performed once instrumentally at the end. It is an exciting and effective album opener with some great playing on it, but it is also one of the weaker tracks on the album. 10th Avenue Freeze Out is a good, forceful song with a catchy chorus. It makes good use of the sax and is very upbeat yet hard, and it has a storm-stop motion that gives it a real weight. Night is an upbeat song that conveys cockiness as a man gets off work to go out for a night on the town. One of the first songs sung in Springsteen's deeper voice, which would be used more heavily on the next album. The lyrics perfectly sum up a hopefulness of actually getting to do something after a boring or rough day. Backstreets features some of the best lyrics and vocal delivery of any Springsteen song. The song starts out as a nostalgic yet hopeful one of two men about to take on the world in a violent area, but soon turns mournful once the violence actually begins. This is one of Springsteen's most emotional songs, and it manages to land the pathos just right. It is hard to say anything about Born to Run that hasn't already been said. It has some clunky lyrics towards the middle, but it is generally a helpful song about youth trying to escape life. The end is resigned, but hopeful that someday the narrator and his girl will one day get to go somewhere better. The riff is great, and the famous Clarence Clemens saxophone solo is always a great pleasure to listen to. She's the One is a song about a woman the narrator seems to have mixed feelings on. He seems to not want to feel for her, but also maybe does. The delivery and the chorus are good, but somewhat weaker than most of the other songs on the album. The sax solo at the end is very good. Meeting Across the Water is another good story song, much like Backstreets, and also the solo song on the album. While it sounds hopeful, it is also a bit ominous, like stuff is about to go down. Overall, Springsteen gives a very good vocal performance of a desperate man over his head trying to keep calm to convince someone to help him take their last chance. Jungleland is perhaps the closest Springsteen has ever gotten to writing a full-on rock opera. It features fast and slow sections reminiscent of Incident on 57th Street from the last album, full-on instrumental movements, and some over-the-top howling towards the end. Well-written lyrics make this a great song that alternates between both hopeful and disturbing. So before we get to the final score of the album, we are going to look at the sleeve. As you can see, here it is. It's got a nice picture of Bruce Springsteen with his Elvis pen and his guitar. I've actually seen this guitar in real life in the Woody Guthrie Museum in Tulsa as a part of a touring exhibit. It's got him leaning on Clarence, a really kind of nice photo there. It's overall obviously pretty white. This is a modern repressing, unlike most of my Springsteen albums. You've got the back track listing in the same font as the text on the front. Very nice, and it's also in a gatefold sleeve, which has a nice picture of Springsteen again, and then the lyrics to all the songs, as well as the credits. Overall, it's pretty good. It's a very clean-looking sleeve. There's nothing on the liner because the lyrics are in the gatefold, so it's just got plain liner. I like it. There's also a false pressing of this album that has this part not in this font, but instead in like a handwritten style, but I don't have that. That's, I think, pretty expensive these days. So, here are the final song scores, and then we'll get to the album score. Thunder Road, I give an 8 out of 10. 10th Avenue Freeze Out, I give a 9 out of 10. Night, I give an 8 out of 10. Backstreets, 10 out of 10. Born to Run, 10 out of 10. She's the One, 7 out of 10. Meeting Across the Water, 7 out of 10. Jungleland, 8 out of 10. And I give the album overall a 9 out of 10, and recommend these cuts as my top 3 songs from the album. Born to Run, Backstreets, and 10th Avenue Freeze Out. If you like to see more album reviews like this, please comment below, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.